Welcome to the GPS podcast. I'm Fareed Zakaria. This week, an exclusive interview with Pervez Musharraf, the former president of Pakistan. I'm talking to him about the state of Pakistan, Al-Qaeda, and US-Pakistani relations. Let's get started. Joining me now is President Pervez Musharraf. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
A lot of people watch what's happening in Pakistan and ask, why is this happening in Pakistan? Why is Pakistan seem to be filled with these radical elements, extremist movements, Taliban, elements of Al-Qaeda? 10 years and $10 billion later, it appears they are stronger. But why has it not been successful? Let's just take with the end result is you have the Swat Valley overrun by Taliban.
Now why is it not succeeding? Because of Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, more than 50% of Afghanistan is under Taliban control. Why is US forces and coalition forces not? If you succeed in Afghanistan, all this will be over.
What happens to all the militant groups in Pakistan?
Nothing will. They get there. They are there because they are supporting in Afghanistan, because they are getting all their military hardware through Afghanistan. Where are they getting the money? Comes through the drugs in Afghanistan. Arms comes from Afghanistan. So Pakistan is a victim of what is happening in Afghanistan. The world and United States and whatever discussion we've had is throughout as if Pakistan, everything is in Pakistan. Sir, half of Afghanistan is under control of Taliban, of Mullah Umar. If you control here, if you are successful against Taliban and Al-Qaeda in Pakistan, let me assure you the battle is not over. Because Afghanistan is Afghanistan and they will continue. You succeed in Afghanistan, you would succeed in Pakistan. We have suffered because of what is happening in Afghanistan, and we still continue to suffer because of that. Our society, I would say our social fabric has been torn, and we are trying to repair it. So the world must understand, and the world must help Pakistan repair this torn fabric of ours, national fabric. Instead of criticizing why is Pakistan like this, Pakistan is spreading Talibanization. At this moment we are lucky, the world is lucky, that we have this army and the ISI. Now instead of weakening them, abusing them, criticizing them, we must strengthen them. Because if they don't deliver, who else is going to deliver? We will all fail. So therefore don't criticize the ISI and the army. They are suffering with all this and yet going ahead.
So let me ask you about the Pakistani army and the ISI, because as you know, there is a great deal of criticism, and the criticism basically takes the form that says, the Pakistani army was under your watch given about $10 billion. So the Pakistan in general was given $10 billion. And the criticism goes, you took it, barely said thank you, and what do we see 10 years later? More Talibanization, Al-Qaeda is stronger, Taliban is stronger. Where did the money go, people ask?
5 billion, half of it, is reimbursement for the services provided by Pakistan. It is not your money, it is our money. So let me say it again. Half of it, $5 billion, is our money. We provided services to you. So you are repaying us. So 5 billion gone there. Now we are left with $5 billion. Half of this 5 billion was meant for military, and the other half for social sector, education, health and all that. So half of it, which was for military, was for, it is pittance to maintain the helicopters, the air force, the ammunition that is being used to fight all these people. It is too less. And there was a time when out of about 20 attack helicopters, only 2 were serviceable. And I created a hue and cry, and then only could we get some support. So that was for military support. Now people keep cribbing that we are using all that on the eastern border against India. Now that is a separate story altogether. Yes, indeed, our army has been maintained to have security against any threat.
But a lot of people feel that you are overly focused on the threat from India, and here you have people 60 miles from your border, from your capital, trying to take over Punjab, and you should be spending a much greater amount of time, money, energy, attention on that problem rather than the deterrence issue with India?
Well, we have to be balanced in our approach. On the eastern border, if Pakistan's existence and security is under threat, when a big force like India is maintaining, let me now come into the military figures, they have about 33 infantry divisions, 24 are on Pakistan borders. They have 3 armored divisions, all 3 against Pakistan borders. They have 3 mechanized divisions, all 3 against Pakistan borders. Being a force commander, what would you do when this huge force is there ready to attack you? And when they are saying that we are going to come and attack Pakistan, and when the public and the media is demanding that Pakistan should be punished and go and attack them.
This was after the Mumbai attacks, yes, which were linked to Pakistan.
After that also, after the parliament attack on the parliament also, where this whole army, this whole force came on the borders. For 10 months they were there. Obviously I put my force there and I threatened them that you try to attack us and we are going to attack you. So don't take Pakistan lightly. So Pakistan's security cannot be compromised. That is the first thing.
But your security has been compromised in the West by the Taliban.
Now the question is, yes, indeed, one has to. Certainly, Pakistan's security is not being compromised by the Taliban. They are not of that strength. This point that a lot of people say they are just 60 miles from the capital. The threat is not from these people. They dare not come on to the capital. They'll be stopped by any force, any time. But inside, extremism within, some elements who are right inside Islamabad, maybe in the form of in that Lal Masjid, in the Red Mosque, which we had to attack and eliminate in my time. Now these are the people within our society. They are in a small minority, but we must control them, because if we don't control this extremism inside our society, they develop linkages with the Taliban who are there, and the Al-Qaeda. So Al-Qaeda, Taliban, and these people develop linkages. We have to break that linkage through squeezing them. It's all, one has to have a proper strategy.
But it does sound to me like you're saying, look, the threat from the Taliban is not that great. We have to be more prepared against India. And that is what people fear, that the Pakistani military is not taking this as an existential threat.
No. They are taking it. I think, please, I think, Fareed, we must not try to teach Pakistan army where is the threat coming from. They analyze things, they have conferences, they take very, very deliberate decisions, they know where the threat is down and when it is up, and they take action accordingly. When Indian threat was there, when Indians now after the Mumbai attack were talking of, after the parliament attack initially, they brought the whole army on our borders. In 2002, yes, indeed, we took the whole army against them. So yes, we are looking after Taliban, but we have to look after the eastern border also. So the thoughts are divided. So please don't tell us that you are entire. There has to be a balance according to the threat analysis. And this threat analysis is done by the army very, very regularly. You analyze your threat wherever it is come from, whether it is Taliban or Indians, and take balanced action.
So let me then tell you what Ahmed Rashid, Pakistani journalist, says. He says that in the federally administered tribal areas, the Pakistanis were reluctant to break ceasefires they had made with Baitullah Masood. Some Pakistani officials still continue to give the Taliban a kind of legitimacy. The governor of the Northwestern Frontier Province claimed the Taliban movement was a national liberation movement. In other words, this is a Pakistani journalist saying the Pakistani military still viewed many of these people as allies. David Sanger, White House correspondent for the New York Times, in his recent book, quotes a CIA intercept of a conversation in which your